Okay, welcome. This is our first meeting. We are the book club for Motorcycles and Sweetgrass. If somebody has a copy of the book and they want to throw that up there into the screen.
Right here.
By Drew Hayden Taylor. We're going to do a series of chat sessions. Today, we are going to talk about the first 5 chapters in the novel, talk about why we chose the book, and sort of our first impressions. My name is Nicole.
And I'm Kyle.
I'm Olivia.
I'm Tiffany.
I'm Vanessa. And I'd like to acknowledge that we are meeting by Zoom, but we all currently are in Vancouver, Ladner, Richmond, and Surrey. So we'd like to acknowledge that we are on the ancestral unceded lands of the Katsi, Tsawwassen, Stalo, Kwantlen, Chomis, Musqueam, and Semiahmoo people.
Okay, I guess I'll start with why I chose this book. I think I mentioned in the class discussion, I bought both books as fast as I could because as an English teacher, I'm always desperate for new Indigenous resources. I bought both books. I will read both books, but I chose this one because I've been in a few book rooms in secondary schools in Surrey, and I noticed that this one book is on a lot of shelves in the book room. So there's a very high likelihood that I will be teaching this book to classes, grade 8 to 12. I want to say this is grade 11 and 12. I think it was on the shelf for the older grades. And I sort of wanted to hear everybody's perspective on how they like this book, why they like this book, what they're getting out of it, because the more perspectives you have, I think it makes your lessons stronger, and you can maybe customize your lessons to kind of channel those ideas and what people are getting out of it. So that's why I chose this book, but I will definitely read Son of a Trickster as well.
So you chose it because you want to almost test drive it.
Yeah.
Like you would a motorcycle?
I don't like motorcycles. Oh my gosh, no. But yeah.
I actually chose this book. They say don't judge a book on the cover, but I kind of did, more by the title. And with everything that's going on in the world right now, with conversations growing, largely pushed by the Black Lives Matter movement, trying to have conversations with older Caucasian parents can be really fun. And my mother rides a motorcycle. And so I thought, well, why not give it a read and see if it's something that I could pass on to her for her to deepen her learning around Indigenous perspectives and ways of knowing.
I chose this book because reading the summary, this concept of a stranger sweeping someone off their feet and kids being really suspect or skeptical is a trope I've seen in different cultures of media, like Western media and like Asian media as well. But I've never looked to find that kind of media from Indigenous cultures. So I thought it would be really interesting to see this sort of idea played out in a different culture where, like, you know, people obviously consume media like this, but I'm just not familiar with it. So I wanted to, it feels almost humanizing in a way to know that it's not just like traditional stories, not that those are bad, but, you know, adapted to modern ideas too.
Mm-hmm.
So I chose the book for not any academic reason. I actually just took my kids camping at Otter Lake last year, and I felt like while we were there, it was a very magical place. So I wanted to see what the author's perspective was on Otter Lake.
Well, I initially was going to choose the other book, but it was full, and so I chose this book by default, but so far I'm enjoying it.
You just wanted to hang out with Olivia and I, that's all.
The truth comes out.